Hello everybody, it's Max McAllister here from Traction Dynamics, and I want to talk to you today about wooden rocker ribs. Since I've been spending time developing and have now released our Action Rocker Kit, we've had lots of inquiries of people that just want to buy the curve or buy the arch so that they can make a wooden rib rocker themselves. Obviously it's not cheap to buy CNC machined billet rocker ribs to have your kit. So here's what several things I need to explain to you. Wooden rocker ribs do not work. This is a waste of money and a waste of your time. So unless you have access to a woodworking shop and you can constantly make your own supply of ribs with a NC router, not just some sort of a jigsaw or a pattern to follow, these will not work. Now there's several reasons why wooden rocker ribs don't work, and I'll share a lot of our research and development process with you of how we tested and got to this. The very first rocker I ever bought was a wooden ribbed rocker, and it became apparent immediately that it had several tragic flaws, all in the quality of materials. So let's start with the simplest thing is if you can't make two perfectly matched arches, perfect, not close, perfect. So there's no way to use a jigsaw, no way to use a circular saw, no way to use a bandsaw. You're never going to make a perfect arch with another perfect arch with another if you're using 3 for a full length or 2. You're just not going to do it. Now, why is that a problem? Unless the ribs are perfect, then your trainer will walk all over the room. It will be a giant pile of crap and it will make you insane. Ask me how I know. So instead of rocking, your trainer will start going like this and rocking off and crab walking around the room. Or it'll back up like this and it'll just keep crawling around the room until you jerk your power cords out of the wall or out of the thing, or your kicker climb is trying to fall over backwards. Wooden ribs do not work. This is junk. It works for a week, and then after that, you'll want to kick your bike off the trainer in the middle of a ride with your friends because you'll be sitting 30 degrees to the TV, or you will have moved into your coffee table and you have to stop and get off and drag your bike or back into line while your friends drive away. So if you don't believe me, ask my wife, because she's ready to throw this thing out the window. We just got this off of her bike a few weeks ago and we finally got our metal ribs in. So we keep this around for memories of what some of the what we went through while we were making these things. Now, the next trick is, even if you have an NC router and even if you buy factory cut ribs, okay, unless you can perfectly put them onto the trainer board, perfectly aligned left to right, the trainer will never work. It's going to walk all over the room. Unless you can put them perfectly perpendicular, not close, not even a millimeter apart, if the ribs are a millimeter cockeyed, then the thing is going to go like this and just creep all over the room. Giant pile of junk. All right? And then lastly, even if you have an NC router and you have an NC routed top board and you screw it all together and you put it together, once you start riding it, you'll go, hey, this works great. Happy I got my, cheap rocker board done and saved a lot of money. So a week later, it's going to start creeping around. 2 weeks later, it's going to creep all over the place. And 3 weeks later, you're going to pick the thing up and throw it out in the trash can like a giant wooden piece of Frisbee junk. That's because the weight of your body over the bottom bracket flattens out the forward rib. Ask me how I know. I've already tried all this. I've already tested it. It doesn't work. You can't do this. So unless you're willing to buy replacement ribs every month, like wearing out a chain or I don't even know what, actually it wears out much faster. The wood flattens in the center from your body weight, pounding it down, and smushing it down. Now, so what you end up with is a forward rib that's flattened out and a rear rib that's still rounded for the most part. And then the trainer will start, doing its dance. It'll, creep forward, backward, left, right. So, wooden rib rockers, they're fine for prototyping and testing out ideas and theories and concepts. But after that, they're just an incessant source of frustration. So, that's why I made ours out of metal, so that they will never ever, the arcs are absolutely perfect. They will never ever wear out. Not possible. And there is nothing again to break, fail, dent. They are perfectly aligned to a CNC clad template, or our plates are CNC machined. So the ribs are perfectly aligned left to right, perfectly aligned in parallel. And they are hard metal arcs that are perfectly CNC machined and will perform perfectly for the life of your trainer. So I'm Max. There's some tech tips on why there's not going to be a shortcut around having a really good style of rocking horse rocker. Hopefully that saves you some time, aggravation, and wasted money. So please like this video if you're interested in rockers. Share it with your friends if they're looking at trying to make or build their own rockers. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll keep this cool content coming.